Most small business owners are wasting 10 hours a week because they're prompting ChatGPT like it's a search bar. Here's the fix, and it's 5 exact prompts you can steal today. I'm not talking about write me a blog post nonsense. I'm talking about specific, reusable prompt structures that take the busy work off your plate, the stuff you're still doing by hand at 9 p.m. because you think it needs your personal touch. It doesn't. Let's get into it. Quick housekeeping before prompt 1. If you've been burned by AI voices that sound robotic in your own content, that's usually a tool problem, not a you problem. I switched my voiceover pipeline to Ahan a few months back, and it's the first AI voice tool that doesn't make my audience click away in the first 5 seconds. Links below. And second, before we go further, if this video saves you real time this week, hit follow now. I post one of these breakdowns every single day, and the ones who follow are the ones who actually build the habit of using AI instead of just watching videos about it. Okay, prompt 1. Prompt 1 is the customer email triage prompt. Most owners read every email top to bottom before deciding what to do with it, which means they're spending full attention on messages that need 30 seconds, not 5 minutes. Instead, paste this into ChatGPT. Read the following customer email. Classify it as urgent, standard, or span adjacent. Then draft a 2-sentence reply matching my tone. Direct, warm, no corporate filler. Flag anything that needs a refund or legal review separately. Paste in the email below that. You just turned a 5-minute read and respond into a 15-second decision. Here's why this matters more than it sounds like it does. The bottleneck in most small businesses isn't answering emails, it's deciding which ones deserve your brain first. Once you offload that decision to a consistent rule, your inbox stops being an anxiety machine and starts being a sorted queue. Do this across 20 emails a day, and you've bought back over an hour every single day, and probably saved yourself from firing off a rushed, badly worded reply to an urgent one buried on page 3. Prompt 2 is the weekly content batch prompt. This is the one that actually gets your content calendar off your back for good. Here are 3 things that happened in my business this week. List them. Turn each into a short social post in my brand voice. Practical, no fluff, no hashtag spam. Give me 3 versions of each. One for LinkedIn, one for Instagram caption, one for a Twitter X thread opener. That's 9 pieces of content from 3 bullet points. If you want these actually scheduled and cross-posted without you touching 5 different apps, that's the exact workflow I use. It's built around Ahan on the video side and a simple batching habit on the text side. Prompt 3 is the meeting to action prompt, and this one alone saves people 90 minutes a week. Drop your raw meeting transcript or notes in and use this. Extract only action items from this transcript. For each one, list task, owner, and deadline if mentioned. If no deadline was mentioned, mark it needs deadline. Don't guess one. That single instruction, don't guess a deadline, is what separates a usable output from a hallucinated mess. Small instruction, huge difference in accuracy.
This is also exactly the kind of workflow that gets automated the moment you stop doing it manually. If you've never built an automation before and the idea intimidates you, Zapier is the fastest, low-effort path I've seen for non-technical owners to get their first real automation live without touching code. The point isn't to become an automation expert, it's to stop being the person who retypes the same 9 action items into a project board every Monday morning when a machine can do it in 4 seconds flat. Prompt 4 is the product description prompt, and if you sell anything online, this is worth the whole video by itself. Write 5 product description variants for product name, each under 60 words. Variant 1, benefit-led. Variant 2, problem-solution. Variant 3, for a skeptical buyer who's been burned before. Variant 4, urgency-driven without being sleazy. Variant 5, plain and factual for comparison shoppers. Now you A/B test instead of guessing which tone converts. If your store runs on Zapier, you can literally paste the winning variant straight into the product page and be live in 2 minutes. Most owners write one product description, decide they like it, and never touch it again. But the buyer reading a skeptical comparison shopper version is a completely different psychological state than the buyer reading an urgency-driven version. You don't know which one your specific traffic responds to until you've actually got variants to test, and writing 5 variants by hand takes 20 minutes you don't have. This prompt takes 90 seconds. Prompt 5, the last one, is the weekly review prompt. This is the one nobody does, and it's the one that compounds the most. Every Friday, paste this in. Here's what I did this week. Rough list. Identify one thing that made money or saved time. one thing that wasted time and should be cut next week, and one experiment worth trying next week based on what's working. 5 minutes and you get an actual strategic check-in instead of just closing your laptop and hoping next week goes better. That's the 5. None of them require a plugin, a subscription, or a computer science degree, just a slightly better instruction than the one you were giving before. Notice the pattern across all of them. Every single prompt tells ChatGPT exactly what format to output, exactly what tone to match, and exactly what not to do. Don't guess a deadline, don't be sleazy, no corporate filler. Vague prompts get vague, generic output. Specific constraints get output you can actually use without rewriting it. If you want these fully explained with copy-paste templates plus my full current tool stack, the free cheat sheet link is below this video. And if you want the deeper done-for-you version, my zero-subscription AI stack breaks down every tool I use to run this channel and my business for under $20, no recurring fees, ever. Quick bonus, because I know some of you are going to ask in the comments, if you're making visual content to go with any of this, I've been testing Pictory for quick explainer-style visuals and InVideo for anything that needs to look more produced. Both punch well above what you'd expect for the price, and neither requires editing experience.
And if you're the kind of owner who wants to start showing up on video but freezes at the blank page, this is the prompt I still use to write every script for this channel. Write a 60-second video script for a small business audience. Open with a direct claim or accusation, not a stat. State one clear insight in the first 30 seconds. End with one specific action they can take today. If you want a tool that turns a script like that into an actual edited video without you learning editing software, is the one I hand to non-editors on my team. Here's the honest math on all this. 5 prompts, maybe 15 minutes to build habits around them, and you get back roughly 10 hours a week. That's an entire extra workday every week for the rest of the year. Most people won't actually use even one of these prompts because reading about a prompt and building it into your Tuesday morning routine are two different things. Don't be most people. One more thing if you create content for your business at all. The reason I can tell you which hooks and prompts actually work is because I track it. And AI is the tool that shows me exactly which titles, tags, and hooks are pulling their weight versus which ones are dead weight. If you're flying blind on your own channel's data, that's the first thing to fix. I want to be honest about something before you go, because it's the actual reason most people watch a video like this, not along, and change nothing. It's not that these prompts are hard, it's that habits beat information every time. You already know you should drink more water and go to bed earlier too, and that hasn't changed anything either. The difference between someone who gets 10 hours back this month and someone who's still manually triaging emails in December is not intelligence, and it's not even time. It's whether they built one 5-minute habit this week. Pick one prompt, just one. Put a sticky note on your monitor if you have to. Use it 3 times before Friday. That's the entire system. Everything else in this video is optional. That one action isn't. Save this video, actually paste one of these into ChatGPT today, not tomorrow, today, and tell me in the comments which prompt saved you the most time this week. I read every comment and I turn the best ones into future videos. If this saved your time, there's a new one of these every week. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.